What up, y'all? This is Tracy from Nerd Squish, and today we're going to talk about The Casquette Girls by Elise Arden. Oh, I should probably put my phone on silent so it doesn't just wah, 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 wah. Me and my sister were at Comic-Con, and the local Wizard World New Orleans Comic-Con, and we passed by a booth that had a bunch of books, and we were like, oh my, because we both love books, right? Right. So we saw this guy, and between the colors, the New Orleans vibe, all of it, we were like, what you got there, lady? So this book is all about this character, Adele, who this takes place, they never say Katrina specifically, it just says post-storm. So really it could be a fictional storm, but I always read it as Katrina. So it's this character coming back to New Orleans after the storm with her dad, and let me tell you right now, reading it a second time, I think I enjoyed it even more than the first time I read it. So it's this character and her dad coming back in town. Her dad owns a local bar, they live in a quarter, and, you know, she's kind of like this little quarter rat. She knows everybody from the grocery stores to the drag queens, like everybody all over the quarter. She comes back to town, obviously, like everything is messed up, and weird stuff starts to happen. She's walking by the old Ursuline convent, and some nails come popping out of windows. She sees a dead body. Boom. We got vampires. We got witches. And I'm gonna stop this right now, and I'm gonna throw it up. The spoiler alerts, I'm throwing them. They're out there, boom. She discovers she is in fact a witch. And there are vampires loose in the city. And there's just dead bodies piling up, and it gets wild. She finds some fellow witches. They form a coven of their own to fight the vampires. Now, I will say, I'm not usually a YA reader. It's just really not my jam, unless we're talking like the 90s stuff. I do like that. But it does get a little Twilighty in the sense that you have a witch who is kind of in this love triangle with another witch in her coven and a vampire. And as much as I love this story, and I think as somebody who dealt with Katrina can relate to the girl in the story for several different reasons, I do read the book going, Adele, what is your problem? Because she makes a lot of dumb decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's got this, like, fine boy that can, like, turn into a bird, and he's a witch, and they can, like, do some spooky stuff together, and she's like, but you know what I want? I want that vampire over there, because, you know, he can kill me, and that's, like, hot or something. I don't know. So she kind of gets to me sometimes, because I feel like she does make a lot of stupid decisions, but at the same time, I always fight for people that make dumb decisions in movies and TV shows and books, because let's face it, if everybody made smart decisions, movies and books would be like 2 minutes long. So we need a little stupidity to have a whole story. Like I said, I feel like the whole vampire thing got very saturated. We all got really sick of it. But at the same time, I feel like this book, it brings a breath of fresh air to that genre. The thing that is cool about it, like I said, she never says specifically Katrina. It just says post-storm, the storm. Which is the way a lot of people do talk about Katrina. But a lot of the things in the book, like, a lot of it is very much real places and real things, and most of it is. But there are some things that, you know, whether they ain't there no more or whatever the case may be, aren't real, or they're like knockoffs, I guess, because she didn't have the rights, didn't want to get in trouble, whatever the case may be. But if you're a New Orleans fan, you need to read this book. It hits everything close to home, and it was interesting to read second go round, because like I said, first time around, it's a girl that was 16 during the storm, which I was in fact 16 years old when Katrina hit. So I could highly relate to this. Like, it was eerie. But reading this during the whole, you know, corona pandemic stuff, a lot of things about the pandemic are extremely similar to the storm. You know, things are shut down. You can't get certain supplies, deaths on the rise, you know, a lot of similarities. So rereading this during the pandemic was kind of eerie. It hit all the same marks. The cool thing about the Casquette Girls is the actual, if you know anything about it, the Casquette Girls is a real thing, where the French had a bunch of women. They sent these white women to the new country, and they were like, we gonna get y'all married. And they literally brought caskets to carry their things in. So there was a lot of rumors of vampires and things like that. And the cool thing about this story is that you have a character, Ren, who is one of the like haunted tour guides of the city, which we all have seen, we all know. And he's, several times throughout the story, he hits these locations and talks about these different hauntings and these different incidents, and all of them are, rooted in true stories and things that have actually happened. So, like I said, it is a treat. You get a little New Orleans, history, and if you are in fact from New Orleans, you're hearing the same, you're hearing a spin on different little stories that you've heard all your life, which is always super, super interesting. But basically, in the story, Adele comes into her witch powers, accidentally releases these vampires that came over with the Casquette Girls, and hell breaks loose in New Orleans. I highly suggest, if you were looking for a new book that is spooky and is supernatural and has got that NOLA thing, you need to check out The Casquette Girls by Elise Arden. Do it. I'm pretty sure she's writing a 4th in the series. Like I said, I reread this. I read the 2nd one. I am now on the 3rd one, so, Elise Arden, look, girl, I'm not trying to rush perfection, but if you could come out with that 4th book, mucho appreciated. But anyway, I hope that you guys check out this book. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have read it before, what you thought, and if this video may have, convinced you to check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so when there's a new video, your phone will go like, hey bruh, watch this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you nerds later.